Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Cruz and welcome back to another video. It's story time. But before we get into it, guys, you know the deal. Please do all of the things that help this channel grow. Like this video, subscribe and comment below, and hit the bell icon so you get an alert every single time I upload a video. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, is it me or is story time quickly becoming, hey, tell us an embarrassing story about yourself? But you know what? If you love these stories, then I'm going to keep them going. This one is definitely another embarrassing one, so here we go. I actually don't remember what sparked this memory of this day. I think it was because I recently kind of tweaked my back a little bit and I was out of commission, and it got me thinking about some of the injuries that I've had throughout my life, and I've had a lot of them. But this one in particular really got me. So this goes back to, gosh, it has to be as early as about 2004, 2005, around there. So quite a long time ago. I was playing with my band called Double Edge. I've talked about them here on this channel before, and this was the very early stages of our group. We had only been together for a couple of years, and we were still developing a name for ourselves within our local area. Our local church at the time had just moved into a different part of New York City, so we were eager to sort of reach a new fan base, but at the same time help our local church, specifically the youth ministry that was working in that community, help them to familiarize themselves with the local community and to the people around them. We also felt that by putting on a concert, we could help some of the other local churches in the area come together, and we can just unite and create relationships. It was a great idea, and in fact, I still would probably do something like that to this very day. But let's rewind for a second. See, a few months before that, I was playing basketball. I know what you're thinking, why was I playing basketball? I didn't say I was playing it well, I was participating in a basketball game. And if you guys have seen that viral Tom Segura, that comedian who just collapsed while he was playing basketball and his body completely gave out on him, well, that happened to me, but I wasn't in my mid-40s. I was a young man. For whatever reason, I went to run and my foot decided to stay right in its place and my ankle completely broke. And I mean broke. It was a tragedy. I won't bore you with the details on the recovery process and all of the stuff I went through to sort of get back on my feet, quite literally. But I was still actively a part of this band, and in fact, I was playing still almost weekly with the band. And I remember playing shows, using crutches to get onto the stage. Someone would hand me a guitar, and I would somewhat kind of stand still. Sometimes I'd lean on a stool or something, and very, very poorly press on my pedals. It was a disaster, but I still managed to not miss a show. Now let's fast forward to this event that we were preparing for. This was kind of a big deal for us because though it wasn't going to be big in numbers, we understood that it could be big in terms of getting to know a lot of people and making connections, at least in the local area, which was important to us both as a band, but also as members of this church. So the youth leader of our church at the time came up with what he thought was a good idea, was like, hey, how about you guys come the week before the event, Friday night, set up your gear, give them 2 songs, the youth, 2 songs so they can get to know you a little bit. Give them a taste of what's going to happen. It will probably entice them to want to come back the very next week. Let's do it. We'll be there, no problem. Now, because this was a quick run and gun show, we didn't bother with our typical normal setup. We quickly just brought our gear, threw it on the stage, and went for it. This is the day that I learned my lesson to never ever do that again. Take the time to look at your surroundings, figure some stuff out. Let's talk about why. Now remember, this is the perfect storm. I'm a few months removed from a broken ankle. Now this is the first time that I could actually put on a normal shoe. For the longest time I was in a cast, and even when I wasn't in a cast, my ankle was still very, very swollen and I couldn't fit it into a normal shoe. It was a disaster. It was a bad year for me, okay? But I actually put on a normal shoe and thought, man, I can't believe it. I could actually fit into a shoe. This is great. I feel amazing. And I went on that stage to perform 2 songs. That's right, just 2 songs, guys. Now, I'll put up a quick little clip and hopefully YouTube won't flag this video. This is what I actually used to do on stages. I was actually extremely, extremely active. You couldn't be a part of a rock band at that time and not, jump up and down and do these flips and twirl your guitar. This was all a part of sort of like the times, right? It may be a little bit outdated to do that stuff now, but it was certainly really, really in style to do it back then, let's just say. So here I am, first song, I'm feeling great. I'm on both feet for the first time in months. I got 2 shoes on. That's right, matching shoes for the first time in months. I'm playing guitar, 1 song. I'm like, you know what? We're only going to do 2 songs. I'm going to rock out. And there was a point in this song where it was going to be a big drop. And to be honest with you, I can't even remember the song we were playing. And everything slowed down. I'm talking about 100% slow motion at this point. Every millisecond felt like I had forever to think about it. I gained eye contact with my drummer. His name was Freddie. I looked at Freddie directly in the eyes and had a wordless conversation like I'd never had with any other human being for the rest of my life, up until this point, I think. I said, Freddie, I'm gonna jump. And Freddie was like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't. I said, Freddie, I think I should. And you know what? I felt good. Jumping was not the problem. I felt like I was in the air, and I'm like, look at me. I'm in the air. And I make eye contact with Freddie again, all with it. This is all milliseconds, by the way. But here we are, conversing with Freddie with no words again. And I said, Freddie, I'm in the air. And Freddie went, don't do it. And I went, no, should I not? And Freddie said, your ankle. Now, he didn't say any of this, but in his eyes, your ankle, it's broken. Oh, yeah, my ankle's broken. Let me not land on that ankle. So I proceeded to land on the left ankle, the one that wasn't broken, which I guess decided that it was going to land on a massive amount of the most disorganized cables around this keyboard that I've ever seen, and I twisted and sprained my left ankle. I then fell with my guitar, hit the headstock off of the keyboard that was there, completely untuned my guitar, and was forced to play the remainder of the song on the floor with a broken ankle and a sprained ankle. How not embarrassing at all. Well, I guess it was pretty bad having to play a song on a detuned guitar. It was like really messing with my brain at that point, but that's not the worst part. The worst part was that there was this kid who had a video camera. And this was a long time ago, so it wasn't like a discreet thing. He wasn't recording on his cell phone. That wasn't a thing really at that point. He had a full-blown like VHS video camera on his shoulder, and he just had it in my face. So I know that somewhere on somebody's VHS tape, there's a video of me completely destroying both of my ankles in one single moment. It exists. It's out there for sure. I mean, I haven't searched YouTube, but maybe it's out there on YouTube. Needless to say, I was pretty embarrassed, but you know, the band and I always were able to make fun of ourselves and make light of situations. So the first thing the singer does after I managed to get back up onto my 2 broken ankles, basically, he goes, you know, we all fall down, but it's not how we fall down, it's how we get back up. Because it was a bunch of youth, no one laughed, because youth are the meanest people I've ever known in my whole life. And I was crying inside. Oh, and guess what? We've got one more song for you. There's just no way that night made everyone want to come back the following week and see us perform a concert now, because why would they want to do that? I don't know. But they came back, and we actually had a really good turnout the following week and even sold some albums. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but there's a very good chance that they came back because they were hoping I fell again. Funny enough, I don't know why, that doesn't really come off as being the most embarrassing moment for me while on stage. I actually have 2 moments that precede that, and those stories are for a different story time. So I guess you could say I've had a lot of embarrassing moments on stage. I think we'll leave this one right here. Do me a favor, leave a comment below if you ever fell while on stage. I gotta be honest with you, though, I just lied to you. Though I said I'd never check for that video on the internet, the truth is that I oftentimes will watch those like worship or stage fail videos on YouTube just to make sure that my video doesn't end up on there. I know it's old, but you just never know, you know? But help me feel a little bit better. Let me know one of your embarrassing stories. I'd love to hear it and to just share a laugh with you. So definitely leave a comment below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do me a favor, do all of the things that help this channel grow. Like this video, again, leave a comment below. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get an alert every single time I upload a video. Thanks again for watching, and until next time.